Sure. Yeah. Oh, it's like. Let's try to adjust this now. Better. Hello.
Checking the microphones before we get started.
Chickadee check. I think I'm here.
Checkity check.
Chickadee check.
Okay.
That's better. Better.
Where's that?
How loud is that? That's. Could you turn my earphones down a little, maybe?
You got
There's
to
a
control.
mic
You got to control
right here.
over
Is this
there.
it? Right, the third one for Adam. Check.
Yeah.
Try this one right here. The third one.
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Segments. I did almost no prep.
No prep done.
It was a long. And it's been a long haul
Day.
here,
A long day.
so we can use that as an excuse for.
This is the hangover show. We don't need an excuse.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Marked Out Wrestling Podcast presents the best damn fan reaction show in the world. Roadie, Rob, Steve Awesome and whoever the hell is with them. Let's do this.
All right, there we go. It's our first ever RAWESOME episode. If you're new to us,
RAWESOME!
had to jump in. If you're new to us, we are Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, and we're doing a bit of a brand split right now, if you will. So half of our crew, Brian, Kiera, and Adam, are heading to SmackDown. So they'll be recording after SmackDown Live for their Tuesday night SmartDown show. And we're going to be doing, me, Medine, Steve, and maybe a carousel of other characters will be doing our Monday Night RAWESOME show.
The better show.
The better show. So
The best show.
So here's what you can look forward to tonight. We're sticking to our theme, big ass topics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got our best to worst. We'll have our Raw open. We'll have some final thoughts. We're gonna be dipping and diving into some new ideas for segments as we work this brand split thing out and see how long this lasts for at all. So hopefully you enjoy the show. Hopefully we entertain you. Hopefully we talk some good wrestling and shit like that. But in the meantime, I have to do one of my responsibilities, and that would be this.
Housekeeping?
No, thank you. Sleeping.
Housekeeping?
Come back in an hour.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. You can join us on our website at markedOutWrestling.com, on Twitter at SmartMarkShow, Facebook.com/MarkedOut1, YouTube channel, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, where we broadcast live every Monday following Raw. Our Google Plus page, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, Instagram, Marked Out Wrestling, and our You Record Studios Smart Line, 704-444-0084. Get connected.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Oh, it's you.
Can you dig it, sucker, sucker?
No. I was looking for my dirt sheet sound, music, but I can't freaking find it. Steve,
Oh, great. Did you lose that when you were drunk last night?
if you listen, let's address the
Oh, my God.
Let's address the elephant in the room. If you listened last night, then you know we celebrated our 6-month anniversary as we recap Battleground. And then you would also know that we got completely fucking wasted,
got
drunk.
out of control.
Wasted.
Almost had to cash in my money in the bank, but I decided to hold out.
Yeah, apparently I turn into a raging asshole whenever I get drunk.
You weren't that bad.
I was, yes, I did listen. I listened back and I went, man, I feel like a dick. But I could have been a lot
cards.
worse.
Why you have
you had your moments where you were all right.
But I am definitely waving the flag of victory here because I think by far I was the drunkest motherfucker in the room.
Absolutely.
You might have hit that apple pie moonshine.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Timmy.
You took
by the
half
way.
the cake.
A little
You took
hard.
half the cake.
I had quite a bit of it myself.
Yeah, it was
some great stuff.
I don't think anybody was sober, but I listened, like we did our little roundtable thing, and I was listening back to myself doing the impressions, and I'm like, what in the fuck? I mean, my Undertaker, what was that? It was like Batman, what's the guy?
I had to listen. Like, is he making any sounds? It's like just really low grumbling.
It was like
trying to sell Snuggie.
Yeah, it's not like Christian Bale with a cold or something. Some buggies and Snuggie buggies.
You got to give a hand to Brian last night. He was on
Brian
fire.
Slaughter was great.
Yeah, Brian,
and the Vince. Oh my God,
the Vince McMahon was pretty.
Let's
damn
not
sick.
give any props to the other show though. They can do that. They can toot their own horns.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
We're gonna try to blend our personalities and see if they sync up with each other, and if so, that's awesome. Do you have any dirt sheet stuff, Steve? You want to run through?
You don't have any right now?
No, I didn't really grab any. I mean, if you have an idea of something you want to run at,
Do you have anything on top of your head right now, Dean?
Off the top of my head, I've read. We're talking about this Universal Championship.
well, we're gonna jump in that in
We're
the
gonna jump
5.
into that in a second. So
Okay, so
we really don't have any dirt sheet from the last 24 hours.
Okay, well, there's a couple of things that happened the past week.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about Matt Hardy, who he got the he had to call the cops on a fan, because after the deletion, he wanted to go to see if he could get deleted himself, and he actually got to the front door, went around the gate, and knocked on the door, and his girlfriend answered, and he's like, "Get out of here! I'm calling the cops!" And he ran off. They never caught him. So I thought that was kind of funny. I didn't think anything else happened after that.
It's taking on a life of its own.
just a stalker, or was it?
Yeah, he wanted Matt to delete him. I guess I don't. Yeah, maybe.
That's fucking creepy,
Yeah,
and
that
we
is
don't live
creepy.
that far away.
I know, North Carolina.
All right. So if you can't tell, usually on Mondays, man, we do a lot of prep work into the show, and today
This isn't a normal Monday.
it's our hangover show.
Well, there's a couple other things. I mean, they kind of addressed it on tonight's show, but the fact that Bootios is a real cereal,
Which is
can you only
exciting.
buy it in the store? Or,
FYE,
I mean, on
FYE.
the shop, WWE shop, or what?
yeah, FYE.com. I think they said
FYE.com.
Okay.
WWE shop. I'm sure. I don't think
Sure.
you're gonna find it in
We
Bilo.
have to get a box of it.
Yeah.
No, and I imagine it's going to be $9.99 plus shipping.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it will. Better get a fucking T-shirt with it. All right. So, but like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants tonight, man, because we are. I mean, this is the hangover show without a doubt.
I'm still drinking.
Extra big ass topics.
All right, as we always do, the extra big ass topics. We got 5 of them that we're going to run through for the show before we get to our infamous best or worst. So here we go. Topic number 1 is going to be Raw's new look and the new title. We'll talk a little bit about all the changes they made. Number 2 is going to be, we're talking about the squash matches tonight. I'll go in more detail on that in a minute. Number 3, Finn wins. Finn wins. Finn wins. Number 4, Boss is on top. And number 5, we're going to do a segment called Meet Medine. We've had Medine on the show, quite a bit, and he's always been that kind of side character that you hear from a little bit here, a little bit there. But
He's always gone. He
always
gets
gone.
to go to all the pay-per-views and
right.
stuff.
But so we figured if you're going to get to know him as well as us, we're going to do a little 20 questions game. Maybe me and Steve will quiz him and find out all the dirty, nasty secrets and skeletons in his closet.
Yeah, sounds great.
I'm not opening it.
Yes. Well, maybe not so much. Too much information.
That'll be good, guys.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's begin with
1.
number 1. So number 1, Raw's new look and title. So what we saw here tonight, we saw the Titantron's been kind of adjusted
The
just
new
a little
broadcast table, they even kind of they were on screen. They weren't sitting at the table; they were standing in front of it, kind of like the old time.
bit. Yeah,
look.
but before and after commercial breaks, you have the announcer standing and addressing the camera directly. Yeah, but we were talking with Adam Fuckface was over here earlier during that, and we were talking, and he made a good point. Said that with the broadcast booth back there, are they doing it to try to go retro, or are they doing it to simply do the brand swap, where one brand could be at the ring and the other brand could be at the
Well, we'll have to
table.
find out on SmackDown
We
as
might
far
have
as
to
that
find out
goes.
the next episode as well.
They might be doing the same thing. I don't know.
They
So-
wanted to bring back that feel for their
Right.
first show.
But what about
of
when people
what
go through the
people
announce
used to
table?
remember.
You know, that shit.
Well, yeah, that'll happen eventually, but
But it's still
tonight,
they can do it up there.
Yeah, it's true.
They could definitely
I
do it up
get-
there. So we got the new look.
I don't like the new logo.
The-
It's very generic.
When they first came out with it, I had to use it for our graphic for tonight. It was just kind of grainy and simple. Okay, but then tonight they changed it. It's like more three-dimensional. You can see
something
the
about the-
graphics guys kind of tweaked it.
You know what?
tonight.
You know what I think it is, and I don't like it either. But I think it's that we've been so spoiled with this high dollar flashiness that WWE's become that now we see something a little grungy and we're like, no.
No,
Yeah,
I just
it's
think
like-
it looks generic.
No,
and-
I'm saying it-
and the W in it. I don't know.
It's like the
something
Raw
about
is
the
War
logo.
kind of feel back, coming back to it almost. That logo.
But still, it looks lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
there
little
you go.
lazy.
There you
Very
go.
very
How much
lazy.
The
creativity put into
SmackDown Live logo looks kind of good.
Right. So we also had our new broadcast team tonight: Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and of course still there,
He's the staple.
Michael
now.
P.S. Cole.
Michael.
So I didn't see. Here's the addition I heard tonight was Corey Graves, which I think needs to find his own here. He didn't seem as vocal as.
No, he definitely
Yeah, I thought he'd
didn't.
be a
I
little
kinda
bit more
forgot.
on point, but I guess.
Yeah.
At times, I forgot he was at the table.
But you have to do so much promo for sponsors
but what
nowadays.
what he did add is what Michael Cole is actually supposed to be doing. He did add the wrestling moves, the actual color commentary.
Yes,
Not-
the
not-
play-by-play.
Right. And it felt like tonight with the announcers that it was more play-by-play than it was heel-face
I
announcer.
just wish he was a little bit more heel tonight. you know.
Guys, they're finding themselves
But
like we are.
I guess he is finding himself.
I agree with that. I'm just wondering if that's on purpose. Is it on purpose that they're not doing heel face on the announce table, or is it just because they're learning each other?
I think.
Well,
well,
I think they need to. They know
have,
that.
Of course, you gotta have the
Because
dick,
JBL's gone, they gotta have
dig the dough in
to
the
try
deer.
to kind of fill in his shoes.
right? The dick, the dough, and the deer. You gotta have definite
Fill
roles.
JBL shoes, like that's a fucking hard thing.
Well,
to
I
do.
mean, but that role and
He
better.
was at
of
least
course,
a definitive heel announcer.
Yeah.
Whether he was
But
good or
whether
not.
he's good
about
or
it.
not.
he was
that's
like
another
Jeff
story.
Bush. He was low energy, and like I was talking earlier, he was just too spit and polish. He wasn't aggressive or raw.
No, he was square. He was a
he's
square.
very
guy.
much a square.
But-
he was a Fox News
Just a little
announcer.
pithy
There's a,
comments
there's a
every now and then.
demographic that watches WWE that is like that, and he appeals to them.
No, that's fine. That's fine. He
Unfortunately,
didn't appeal to me, and I'm
no,
the
not
person
us.
I care about.
You're right, not us.
And
You're
most
right.
people.
Because I'm a raging narcissist with orange hair. All right, so there we go. So we also got introduced to the, and we thought this could be a possibility. It turned out to be a possibility, a reality. We got the title for Raw. So we're going to have a belt for Raw. The name is, I think, fucking horrible.
I think so too, but
It's
this
an homage to the overall brand.
right.
you
Here's
know.
yeah, right. Here's the devil's
Universe.
advocate. By calling it the Universal title in a Stephanie type of fashion, it says, "Hey Shane, my title's more important than yours. Yours is the world title. Mine's
Yeah,
the
if you look at it that
Universal
way, but-
title. You know, we're the better brand."
But the other one's got more prestige.
Of
It's
course,
kind of
yeah.
and we all know that.
Oh
we
yeah,
all know
well,
that.
I'm going to
That's
call mine
given.
the multiverse
But-
title.
But what they could play, if they're going to play into the storyline with the Universal title, they're going to have to try to bring the rest of the gold into it and say,
I'm
we've
sure
got
that'll
more gold than
be
you
part
guys
of the dialogue,
do.
but
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to have the
That'd be-
cruiserweight. Then they got the women's belt right
They
now.
have tag titles.
And I'm sure that there might be some stuff addressed tomorrow when it comes to the other belts as well. I mean, I don't know if they'd go 2 tag champions. Do you think they? I mean, they didn't do that before.
I don't think they will either, but I think there's something to be said for going ahead and saying, hey, we got the gold. Hey,
Well, now we're talking about titles. What about the women's
I don't
title?
even want you to bring it up because I know exactly what Medine's going to say.
I wasn't going to go there
But
yet.
it wouldn't have to be a Divas title on the other SmackDown,
yes,
but
it
something
would.
else.
Yes, it would.
No, they're moving clearly away from divas. They don't want to have fucking divas. They want to have women
Still have
wrestlers.
a show.
Well, what are they
This
going to
show,
call that
but-
one? The
but
women's
let's not get off the
Universal
topic.
title?
No,
Wait,
it's in the
yeah,
no.
exactly.
This
That's
is
what I'm
in
saying.
this is in the topic. They still have the show, but it's not. It has no consequence to the roster anymore.
know.
They don't call them divas. It's just a pure
Now it's
E
its
network.
own thing. I
Right.
know. It's
So
something now.
so maybe they'll do the Universal Women's
That's
Championship.
exactly what-
It's
But
like
why
that.
would they do this? Women's title does not have the same prestige as the WWE title or the title that's right over your shoulder.
Well,
there.
no, but-
it's not the same as prestige. Once they've changed it from women's to divas now to the women's again, to bring in a universal title, then
Well,
to say
they don't have prestige because the women are now finally getting their own. I mean, you had teases of it with Lita and Trish back in the day,
Yeah.
but they pushed them right back into bras and panties. and then they made them supermodels, and now they're letting them wrestle. So that,
But there's a kind of a crossover. There's supermodels.
right? If those girls put on the show all the time the way they did tonight, then that prestige of that belt will rise really quickly, especially when you watch two guys battle for the men's belt back and forth that can't fucking wrestle and just move dumpy around the ring, and these girls are working their fucking asses off, right? I'm
We'll
saying,
get into that later.
prestige, yeah. So, and we talked about this earlier too. I just really hoping the look of this belt. You know, we got to get into the aesthetics of it, and the current WWE title, I said earlier, I think is just fucking lazy, right? It's just lazy. It's the Diamond WW because you want to put your fucking name out there just because you're Vince McMahon.
Right. You could have your logo in a small part of it and have a little bit more ornate you like.
Well, you know, but TNA and them started out with putting a big team, but they still kept that gold kind of traditional feel.
Yeah.
Right, this looks like a big redneck belt buckle, the one they have right now. I mean, really.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm just hoping they bring a little gold back to the gold.
I miss having specific belts or
You can make it look like the old
belt for-
WCW title.
Well, no, per wrestler, like The Rock had his belt, Stone Cold had his belt.
I was
Cena had his
I was
belt,
never
you
big
know,
on
I
that.
didn't
No,
like that.
it felt too much like their wardrobe. I want to see that big prestigious, like the WCW belt and the Eagle WWF belt. The two best of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they stood out. They screamed, "I am the fucking champion."
Yes, I'm the guy here.
Stone Cold's belt screamed, "Well, I'm the champ, but
I drink beer.
You like my new belt? Kind of. Hey, what's going on?
Maybe that's
You
where
like-
it started.
You like my belt? That's the bottom line because Stone Cold says so.
Right.
All right.
2.
All right, number two. The topic was squash matches. So we had two matches tonight. Nia Jax.
On
and-
the first Raw of a new era, they're
Right.
going to do this to us.
Right, and then we had Braun Strowman, both a female jobber, which I've never seen a female jobber. I'm sorry, I've never seen one.
We did. I've seen them on NXT. Like Tessa kind of came out with Carmella at one time, but not like on Raw.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
Well, you talking about like Blue Girl from NXT who would
Blue Pants or whatever.
Blue Pants. She'd come out and just get fucking squashed all the time. But she was a popular
had a T-shirt.
character. Yeah, I mean, but so we had the female jobber, then we had the male jobber, and I'm sure I'll let one of y'all jump in on the Strowman fight. I'll just say that it was
it was painful to watch.
Well, I'll just say this about both the matches. It was very clear that they took the two brutes of the division and said, "Go out there and manhandle
throw
somebody."
around, and that's exactly what they did.
Right. So I mean, it's just irony that it was both the big dogs.
Well, the female jobber, which they even actually she had a name, Britt Baker.
She was garbage.
She was garbage, but at least she looked like the part. And Braun's guy looked like some middle-aged guy. His body was just horrible. No
but
chin.
he took those bumps.
He
Like
took
the
the bumps, though. He did,
and he got airtime.
Yeah, it looked like a middle-aged guy.
He did get mic
got
time,
airtime,
which
and he
Britt
cut a
didn't.
decent promo.
But nobody knows his name. Did anybody know his name?
Yeah, I didn't catch his name either.
You know, he's my Adam. He's that middle-aged guy that still collects comic books.
Exactly.
First blow over the bow,
And he
motherfucker.
can't do
Yeah,
anything
shots
about
fired.
it.
Shots
Watch him
fired.
call in.
You can't interrupt me now, motherfucker.
Everybody heard
So
about them.
what are we talking about? So the Braun match. Did anybody get his name?
No,
that's
how
what we
much
just
did this guy
said.
get paid?
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but
5 G's for two.
Fuck, he
2
probably did it
minutes?
for. They probably said $200. He was like, oh
God,
I mean, for an indie wrestler,
buy me a
that's
case
big.
of beer. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
But for Braun Strowman, I would want a little bit more than that because
He really
he brutalized
laid it
this
on
guy.
him.
Yeah,
He did.
He looked at in the repackaging of Braun. I liked it. His hair is different.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
new
he got the new
intro.
cut.
I hope they might go somewhere with him. And what would be kind of interesting to pair him
Yeah.
up with Nia Jax or something.
But the thing here I like about the jobber in this situation is you get the jobber when you got somebody who is a brute and you want them to inflict damage on somebody, right? That they can just look like they can step all over. That's why porn star men fuck tiny little women in porn, so their dicks will look bigger, right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that's a fact. I'm not just saying that because I'm obsessed with porn, but I am.
Who isn't?
Exactly right. This was America. This was America.
America. Where's that apple pie?
Right. But like when the Shining Stars, when they did their jobber thing in the Greensboro Raw,
Yeah. They did the same kind of thing.
Yeah, but those guys, they were brutal to them. But those guys don't need to have jobbers. They can do the on roster jobber fights.
Right. They
Curtis
need to have
Axel.
a rivalry going.
Right.
Agree.
So don't do that with them, Vince. With Braun and
It made sense only for tonight.
Yeah. And I mean, Only thing that I missed in the whole thing is when Braun threw that dude across the fucking state.
It was
at that point he should have screamed nerds. I mean, just nerds. It was so perfect.
It felt like Saturday morning, waking up at 10 o'clock and seeing the guys that you want to see against whoever. I always say Barry Horowitz because he was my favorite jobber of all time.
Oh, he was a great one.
He
was.
My favorite all time was Brooklyn Brawler by far.
I love Brooklyn Brawler too, and I'm from Brooklyn.
I don't know if he's a jobber. He actually had
he
had
did
a persona.
He is the jobber.
He is the jobber.
Well,
Yeah,
that's his gimmick then, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was his gimmick for fucking 40 years or
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, he was just a great jobber.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
3.
All right, number 3. So Finn wins.
Dominated tonight. Of course, I was wondering when they, at the intro, they all came out on stage. We'll talk about that too, I guess, later. But Finn wasn't out there. I'm like, what are they doing? And he made up for it tonight.
Talk about what kind of pop he got when he came out.
You know what? It was mixed.
Yeah, you still have the people who just don't know NXT still.
Yeah, because the pop at the draft was huge, but the pop tonight when he showed up, it was lukewarm. I mean, it was exciting. Those people who knew him were like
a lot of Fruity
flipping.
Pebble crowd.
Right, and what tonight introduced him to the rest of the universe. God damn me saying it too. Introduced him to the rest of the universe, right? And said, look, this is what the big deal was right here. And I'll say this: the only matches I've enjoyed with Roman were AJ Styles,
ones that do all the work for him,
and Finn in this match tonight.
Yeah, this was a decent Roman match, wasn't it?
He has to have somebody who can carry him, and Finn clearly is one of those guys like AJ that can, because even Triple H couldn't carry Roman.
Yeah, well, he's getting old. So.
But tonight, Finn got to, happy birthday, Finn.
Yeah.
It was a big night tonight.
Man.
He might not have got a pop, but unfortunately, I did not get to watch that first Fatal 4-Way.
His second intro, the crowd got into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. And more than a sound pop, I was looking for the hand pop.
Right.
During the song.
The whole crowd.
Because NXT.
Everybody did it.
So, everybody's bowing to
Everybody
the
did
sky.
it.
Everybody.
Yeah.
We're looking up, brother.
Tonight, it was about 60% of the crowd, I
Yeah,
think. You're still
yeah.
that 40% that's kind of like, I don't know.
Where's John Cena? Yeah.
Right. Where's John Cena? And Roman Reigns beat Triple H. He's not that bad. Shut up, you little fuck.
Yeah, Finn, if they're going to go ahead with him into this Universal Championship thing, they're really getting behind him. I mentioned it was his birthday. Obviously, that's not why he won. They believe in this guy.
Right.
Triple H has got his two guys, pretty much Rollins and Balor now, competing for this new title that we were talking about.
And Dean's topping SmackDown.
Yeah,
Yep.
So these are all Triple H's handpicked guys, whether they were homegrown from NXT or come over from overseas.
Well, we were talking about this earlier. You're hard
Sure,
pressed.
they'll grow on you.
You're hard pressed to find anybody on the roster now who's not former NXT, except for like your Attitude Era and your contract guys.
Randy Orton, Jericho.
Old school.
But there's not
Kane.
many.
No.
I mean, I couldn't think of. I mean, Cesaro was in NXT. I couldn't think of the whole roster, but yeah, NXT is definitely, that brand has finally shifted. Kind of like when you look at your parents' generation of politics, and you're like, eventually they're all going to die, and my people are going to get the chance to fucking hurry up, please.
Hurry up, please.
There's a lot of old ones out there.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
Steve,
Shut up.
Steve, you're
not you, Finn.
You're
not
not
you, Steve.
I'm not that old.
You're not that old. I mean,
No, you are that old, but you're just not that like them.
Not,
so
yeah, not.
you're not like that.
It's more like a Chuck Norris thing.
But yeah, Finn.
What I see today, Chuck Norris got all the Pokemons on a landline.
Of course
on a landline.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Pokemons, it made it into the show tonight. We'll have to mention
we'll
that
talk about
later.
it.
Definitely going to talk about that.
Congratulations
All
tonight,
So Finn going to SummerSlam against Rollins, perfect.
Well, I was going to say.
Oh, I love it.
Finn is like that new generation you're talking about now. He's representing that new group coming in. If you didn't know him before,
wrestling, yeah.
If you didn't know him before, you know him tonight.
Here's a great part about it too. Is you think about Rollins, right, who came in FCW, first NXT champ, and then comes on the main roster. Well, when he comes on the main roster, you've still got the PG era guard in there, doing what they do. So somebody like Seth, who was very, very talented at FCW and NXT,
right,
comes in. He has to restrict his style because these
the
guys,
Shield. Yeah.
Well, not even just Shield, but like if he's fighting against, one of the older guard from the PG era, he has to restrict his style. He can't go all out that he used to go.
Right.
And now with this new brand of NXT guys coming in, the guys that came in a little bit like right at the end of the PG era, those guys are going to start going now. You're going to start seeing shit out of them. I think Rollins is going to start being more creative, more adaptive.
You know what this could be? and maybe not to the same level, but this could be the emergence of something like ECW in the mid-90s when they came with their own style out of nowhere. And of course now it's under these,
Like
it
the
will never be
Dudleys.
it will never be that big, but another brand coming in, injecting life, something different that people really aren't used to seeing.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's being exciting and really, pumping some new blood in. It's going to be a good thing to see if they send in that direction.
Can I just say this, and then we'll move on, and you guys can chime in, obviously. But I'm actually really excited to watch the storyline play with Finn and Rollins, as far as promo battles. As far as will they
just
take
like
it.
at the end of the night when Roman was like, "I want to wrestle him again. I retrospect or whatever."
Yeah, this is a much needed, legit battle for the belt at the top with two superstars that the fans are clamoring to watch.
I'm just glad they did not give me Reigns and Rollins at SummerSlam. You
Yeah,
know how pissed
again,
I would
that
have been
would've
going to
sucked.
fucking Brooklyn
That would've
to
been
watch
horrible.
that
That would have
shit.
sucked.
That would have been absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I would have shot myself.
So,
no, I wouldn't have.
Roman
Who,
goes
who is Roman going to go against at SummerSlam?
That's a good question.
drown his ass in the mid card.
I mean,
Thank you. That's what he needs
John
to do.
Cena. No,
he deserves punishment for getting suspended.
I don't really. I mean, what did he pop for? Did I ever find out?
Did he get a pop tonight?
No. What did he pop for?
What did he pop for? It was specifically.
specifically, like
So I was like,
drug
what?
wise.
No,
I don't know.
Don't
Was
know
it
specifically
I
what
mean,
it
if he
was.
popped for
performance enhancer?
if he popped for weed, I don't give a shit. If he popped for performance enhancers,
Then yeah.
then hey.
I think it was performance enhancing.
but
I don't think it was
it-
weed.
it's not like he's a strong dude.
He's not a weak dude.
He has to.
Well, yeah, but you see how he struggles to pick up Finn, who weighs 190
he did a good
pounds.
job with Finn, I thought.
Yeah, but when he had those gut wrench power bombs he was doing, and
That's
he was
the thing
pulling
you're
them up.
talking about, though, when you say that he's got that vest on.
Yeah.
It's because his core is probably not that strong.
Maybe they
He's
should
not
have
as
thrown in the
defined as it
jobber
should
with
be.
him tonight
Right.
instead.
And that's where that strength comes from.
You throw him around a little
Yeah,
bit better.
that's what they should do. They should give him jobbers for the next fucking 8 weeks.
Just like Braun tonight.
Yeah, maybe we'll build him up that way. Fuck you, Roman.
Fool.
All right, number 4. Number 4, women. The women's title, boss. The boss.
Sasha.
The boss is on top
Bossy.
and sexy shit. So man, kudos
Great match.
to the women.
First
right?
of all, let
Yeah.
me I say I'm staying corrected. In the beginning, Rob and I were having a discussion. I was like, well, I don't like to see these matches happen over and over again. And Rob was like, I disagree because, it builds the storyline. And tonight, it certainly kicked off the storyline great with Sasha not only showcasing her talents, but then getting some mic time afterwards to say, hey, women's
celebration
wrestling
of the
is
belt.
here. And
Can I just
no,
say-
go ahead, please come in.
Can I just say that I love the fact that when you did your little recap of me and you, that you gave yourself the goofy voice and me the man voice.
All right.
I appreciate that.
No,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yay! I was.
I got the bad voice.
do this like that. Because I would have been like, Medine was like, what the fuck ever, man. Something like that. So I certainly appreciate that. No, you're right. These girls, they came out to send a message.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it looked like the standard old gimmick because they had Dana Brooke, and I thought maybe Bailey might come out to help her out,
Right.
but Sasha got rid of Dana.
Oh, that was great.
Legit,
She
that was a
threw the
great
belt,
work.
and she.
It was a great work.
It
Yeah.
reminded me of Eddie Guerrero back
Camera
in
guys
those mid
chimed in on her.
2000s with that lie, cheat, steal, where
Yep,
he would
yep.
do things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the great camera work is coming off the commercial where she's like with that sly
I'm the
look in her
dirtiest
eye, like,
player in the game's daughter. Perfect,
Exactly. So yeah, that was a good job.
But
there.
seeing this match tonight on Raw, right? And what you were saying earlier, what we were talking about earlier was that you don't like to see them battle for the belt before a pay-per-view. You like to see them tag team it
Correct,
up
yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
And we disagreed and we covered that. But after watching this match on Raw, and they had to do a rematch because the belt changed hands.
Right.
That makes a SummerSlam match even that more of an anticipation. Like if
They'll
you're-
have more
you're
time
right.
to prepare.
Right. If you're going to do that on Raw, you're going to step it up for SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
And if you step it up more than what we saw tonight, then you could very well steal the show.
Do you think they might prop up another female to at least do like a triple threat type of
No,
scenario?
and if they do it,
okay.
they're absolutely stupid.
They might try that.
No, that would be the worst fucking move of all time.
Unless it was Bailey.
No,
Nia Jax.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Sasha. though.
Yeah, but
She was dynamic tonight.
Of course.
Yeah.
She always is.
I mean, there was a couple of spots there where I was like,
Oh, when she hit it landed hard on her shoulder. I thought she
Oh,
was
that outside,
injured
yeah.
forever on that one.
that was a bad
It
landing.
looked hard. Yeah,
Well, it looked like a bad landing.
It was. I
She
don't know
got
how
up,
she took
though.
it. She did. I mean,
And
she held her own after
There was
that.
another segment where she was going for a bank statement role. Didn't quite get the role, but
Right.
overall, though, she looked great.
You know that's the one thing that a critique I'd have of her is, you know, I like the bake statement in theory, but in practice that one it can be sloppy more than it can be sharp.
You need someone who's flexible to take it, and Charlotte's tall. You know,
Right.
she's like at least 6.
She's flexible.
and while they
But
know
just-
each other so well,
Just off of inertia, when the woman
Right.
hits her knees when
The
she
momentum.
falls, you can't not fall off to the side and make
Right.
it not as smooth. So
Right.
I know I like the move, but you know it can be botched more than it can be succeeded.
absolutely.
I think so.
It was a good match, though, between the two of them. Charlotte, to me, a lot of people don't like Charlotte as a heel, and I do.
She was much improved tonight.
I thought I
especially
do like
in the
Charlotte as a
ring,
heel.
yelling out and
Yes,
yeah,
when
and
she,
getting
that one portion where she
beat me.
Yeah, or before that, when she had kicked Sasha out by the corner
Yeah.
outside and holds the belt in front of her and says, "You will never have this," or
Yeah.
"You don't deserve this."
You don't deserve
You
this,
know?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
afterwards, with the crowd chanting, "You deserve it,"
And
after
I-
her promo.
I have to ask this question, and I know how it's going to sound when I do it. I'm not body shaming anybody.
A little bit,
but
a couple of LBs on Charlotte.
yeah, I'm saying as a white
no,
male, and I
she's-
still have a little bit of
she's,
privilege left. You know, yeah, she's getting a little chunk. A little chunky.
I don't know if it was a little chunk. I just maybe
thicker.
Thicker.
Maybe that outfit wasn't becoming either.
I
don't
think
know
I've
what
been
it was.
seeing it, and she just looks
She's
like
challenged in the hip department
looked-
too, so it looks a little awkward.
Right. so-
always does. But she was in better shape, and I know how it is. You know, with him, you know, Punk used to talk about all the time that when you're a champion, you're moving so much, you're on the road so much that working out is almost like
Impossible.
if I can.
Right.
It's less time there.
That's like when Alberto Del Rio came back, he looked like a fucking jack shithouse. I mean, just like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck. And then a couple months
Slowly.
later, he kind of
Not burritos.
Like Jericho's a prime example of that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Fucking muffin top. That was Adam.
And maybe
Muffin
Kevin
Top.
Owens needs a break.
No, Kevin Owens. Kevin
Watch
Owens.
it.
He
Watch
can
it.
He can
Owens
keep it
diet.
exactly any way he wants.
Okay.
It. He gets away with it. He plays the good fat guy.
5.
All right, it's number 5. So let's do Medine real quick. And I don't have anything scripted here, anything written down
Off the top.
Off the top.
Oh well, with SummerSlam coming up. Can you tell us about you've
I'm
attended
there.
one in the past?
No, this will be
You have
my
not.
first official SummerSlam that I'll be going to.
But you've done Barclays.
Yeah, I've been to Barclays, not for wrestling though, but I've
Okay.
been to Barclays for
NBA.
for NBA when they played the Bobcats a few years ago in the Timberwolves. But aside from that, we got the meet and greet going on with Randy Orton on Saturday. So
Are you going to that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
my boy Randy came back last night. Everybody, I read about
Hashtag out of nowhere.
Hashtag no enhancements needed, because that was trending last night, and that was excellent. As Rob fixed my mic, can you see how good Rob is? Mid show, he just
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that,
just like that,
I
It's
never
the kinder,
turned-
gentler.
just like that.
Speaking of that, I never turned
Rob.
the fucking screen on.
Oh, we were
Video.
streaming.
Oh.
Wait.
We've been
Are we on
streaming
Hey,
now,
there's a good
video.
shot of the door.
We're on
Okay.
TV,
There we go. Now, hey everybody, here we go.
Hey,
not TV. We're on interwebs.
So now
if
we're
anybody's
on.
watching,
Yeah.
we're on live
we got
now.
one viewer, but hey, you can
Video-wise.
finally see us now. We've been
Sorry, we had you in the dark for like 20 minutes.
right.
I'm sweating.
So you're gonna do the meet and greet.
We got the meet and greet. I'm actually gonna look in to see who else is available, because Randy's at 10 a.m. and
Well,
we're-
get us the photo for the website.
Of course, absolutely. I
Yeah.
already got Rob already gave me the password last night in his drunken stupor. So
I don't remember anything.
That's
so-
excellent, even better.
There's a lot of stuff that
So,
happened
so
last night you don't remember.
I've got other photos from past meetings, so
Hey.
keep an eye out for that, guys, on our Instagram account. Marked Out Wrestling is our Instagram, so look for that. Go on there, see our content. I go to shows. We all go to shows. Check that out there.
Good plug. So yeah, after last night, when I gave you the cards to hand out, I don't remember anything beyond that point. So just so everybody knows out there, in
Yeah,
fans,
all
you know
the
that-
great impressions. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I had to listen back and go, what in the fuck? So Medine, here we go. Favorite heel of all time.
Favorite heel for me, I'm gonna go with Canada Bret. And everybody knows
Bret Hart,
if you listen to the show, you
So-
know I'm a huge Bret Hart guy.
Yeah.
Canada Bret, when he came, because I'm a homer.
Okay,
I could ask him the
Can-
next
can-
one.
Canada Bret.
Okay.
I like how the whole when he went to Canada, everybody was loving him, and he'd come here and they freaking hated him. They just
Well, yeah, he played up on
disgusting
it.
and despised.
What
Yeah.
about? I know you're probably going to say. I know you're going to say, but I'm going to ask anyway. Who's
Okay.
your favorite face of all time?
I would say, face of all time.
Dude,
I'm gonna come back to.
You don't have
I'm
a
gonna go,
face.
but you know what? No, I'm going back to heel. I've always liked the heels better because the heels were just more interesting. Let me go to Hollywood Rock also for honorable mention on the heels when he
Hollywood.
came back after he disappeared.
Hollywood
when he
Rock, yeah.
When he
Yeah.
left for like a couple of years, and everybody was mad, and he came back. And he was playing guitar.
No sing along with the Rock.
Sing
tonight.
along with the Rock. I'm dissing your city everywhere I go.
Yeah.
You know, he was losing a hurricane and upsets. And
All right,
shit
so
like
True.
that was
Okay.
that was a good.
We got our favorite heel, and we don't apparently have a favorite.
I could have sworn he was going to say
I feel-
John Cena. As
No,
much as he's
no,
on
no,
his
no, no.
jock all the time.
I thought he was
I'm
gonna
on
say-
John Cena's jock actually as a joke.
I thought he was
Oh,
going to say.
okay.
I thought he was going to say Brett again. Honestly,
Oh,
No.
well, the Brett. Yeah.
I couldn't go Brett again because Brett's face wasn't really all that appealing. It just wasn't.
never was.
It never was. You know,
Okay,
it
favorite
was
tag
better.
team all time.
What if I say Hart Foundation? I'm an idiot. So
Yeah, he knew.
I'm gonna go with the Hardys just because of how they used to job in those TLC matches. Like,
Yeah,
they
they
were
were.
always the ones that were.
Yeah,
doing
they were.
the
Doing
big
the hard
moves.
work.
But yeah,
But they were
always
jobbers when they
lose.
started.
Yeah, they came up way before
Until Michael PSA's jumped on board with
when
them.
he got with them and sent them to Gangrel and
Changed their look and everything. All right, that's your favorite tag team. So, what do you think, Steve? Favorite WCW wrestler of all time?
You know, I was a big fan. I'm not gonna have one guy. You guys know my variety is
So
just too
difficult.
across. I'm just so difficult. Dean Malenko comes to mind because
Wow, really?
Yeah, because those cruiserweight matches that he used to have against guys like Psychosis and Rey Mysterio really showcased all these different maneuvers that I wasn't aware of.
Zero
before.
personality, though.
No,
Yeah, he
no,
didn't
no.
have
Mike
much.
skill, no
He
Mike
had to be
skills
in the
whatsoever.
Horsemen and stuff to survive,
If you
yeah.
guys know me, I'm more about in the ring. The outside the ring stuff is secondary to me. I like to see how the guys perform inside.
That's why you
And-
don't like New Day.
Right, exactly. I'm not a big fan of New Day because it's too much pomp.
Right.
You know, they're in ring. I mean, Kofi's good, and so is Xavier. Big E's just a powerhouse.
All right, so what's your other WCW? You said you had more than one. Let's give me one more.
So I'll give you this. Well, obviously, spiky hair Sting.
Spiky hair Sting.
Spiky hair Sting.
Right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
From Muscle Beach,
I
California.
did like Bat Sting or Crow Sting, as we call
Well, you know,
him.
he-
but he was a little boring.
He had to do that. You know,
Right.
the tides were changing with the fans. He had to adapt his character, just like Hogan did.
He didn't speak for almost a year and a half.
He didn't wrestle for an entire year.
Yeah, it was
His
ridiculous.
First match back was against
But the
Hogan.
Show up in the
anticipation was
rafters every now and then.
It was
Oh.
so great back
Yeah.
in those days because I jumped ship. I'll be honest. When Raw started getting shitty and all my guys from WWF went over to WCW, I was watching Nitro for
I
2
was
years.
watching
Oh, yeah.
Nitro
I would
religiously,
cry-
man.
I would
Yeah.
go to Raw during the commercials, even though Brett was champ over there.
Right.
I was just like, whatever.
It's
I'll watch
just not-
WCW.
wasn't as
It's not the
appealing back
same.
then.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think my turning point actually was the infamous Mankind Championship.
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah,
they
yeah.
announced it on Nitro, and I was one of those people that like, oh shoot, cool, I want to watch that. And I clicked over and watched it,
Right.
and that's kind of my turning point where I went, okay, I'm all in on WWF.
Yeah, I think that's what
That
brought
was
a
a
lot
bad
of us
decision on Bischoff's part, maybe.
back. No, it was, but I thought a lot of us moment brought us back to watching them and saying, "Oh, okay, they got some new talent coming up,"
Yeah,
and
but-
then Mankind, The Rock, Stone Cold, and the
You
list
know,
goes on.
and I think that's exactly what is happening right now. The tides are changing. The fans are changing. They're looking for more. They're looking for wrestling again.
Yeah.
That's what they're- and that's why the
We
indies,
go with the whole package.
right. That's why the indies have gotten
Entertainment, too.
Yeah, the indies have gotten so much awesome that are much more awesome with the fans. Like fans love indie wrestlers more than any era I've ever seen of wrestling. You know, before it was WCW, you're great, you're fine. WWF, fine, that's what you watch. I don't know who PWX or PWG is or Ring of Honor or any of these little indie promotions. And now people are like, I'd rather go to an indie
I
show.
should watch that now.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. NXT grabbed that appeal.
Lucha Underground, and yeah.
ROH rather. They
Yeah.
do a good job.
So
there.
I don't know if it's Vince or if it's Hunter or if it's Shane or Stephanie, but somebody said, "Hey, look, we need to start adapting because we're becoming that."
Just listen to fans and you can figure it out. Yeah.
So the fans are going, "Hey, no, we're tired of the story." Just like when WWF fans are like, "We're tired of the cartoon characters. It's time
Yeah.
to get real.
Right.
It's time to get real with us." Okay. So any other questions from Medine?
Maybe
Anything
just
else?
what was your favorite pay-per-view match of all time?
What that I watched in person?
Just you did, yeah, TV or in person, doesn't matter.
You were quick on the response.
Yeah, I know.
When was Bret Hart
So-
winning?
Probably.
No, I
Montreal
mean-
Screwjob.
No, it's a. I mean,
He wouldn't like that one, I don't
No, he
think.
would.
No, definitely not. If I had to say Not in person, I would say Hart, Austin. You guys heard that in the beginning. That's my favorite.
That was a good one.
That's the WrestleMania 13 match. If you haven't watched that, you know what you guys need to do? Actually watch that with Stone Cold Steve Austin's episode 167 podcast. And
You remember the number.
Yes, he calls the match. Turn down your volume on your TV and listen to Stone Cold call the match.
Hit play at the same time.
Yeah, well, he actually does about 15, 20 minutes of like talking and promos and whatnot
hit play
into
now.
his show, yeah. But then once he actually gets into the match, he's calling the match as you're watching it. It's an experience I hadn't had before. And when I did it last year, it was amazing to watch the match. It opened the match up in a different way for me.
All right.
So if you guys
I gotta
get
check
a
that
chance
out.
to do that.
All right, last question for Meet Medine is favorite finisher of all time and a brief description of why.
Canadian
Sharpshooter.
Destroyer. No, it's the Canadian. Well, it is Canadian, but not the sharpshooter. It's the Canadian Destroyer. P.D. Williams,
TNA
guys.
guy, right?
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
this little guy.
P.D.
P.D.
Oh
Williams.
man, yeah, that is a great finisher.
And it is absolutely ridiculous that someone has not died from this maneuver. If it's your first time seeing
it's like a
I would call it-
flip into a pile driver.
I would call it a sunset flip pile driver power bomb.
Yeah.
That's a combo of the three.
We were watching the X Division DVDs a couple weeks ago, and I saw them for the first time and saw that. And all Adam said was, "Just wait, and you'll know." And it happened, and it was a fucking pop, and everybody was like, "Oh my fuck!"
Yeah.
It's like when you see KO or fucking Finn or somebody come out and they do this a move you never seen before. Sammy jumps through the second rope and does the Hurricane.
Right, yeah.
It's like holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I would never get
Doesn't
bored
get
watching
old.
that move.
It's kind of one of those Undertaker type things that like never gets old.
When I saw the Canadian Destroyer for the first time, and P.D. Williams, if you guys are familiar with P.D. Williams, his size, he's small stature. And I saw him do it to somebody that was he's, I would say, 40, 50 pounds larger. I don't remember who the wrestler was. But P.D. Williams can't be more than 205 pounds soaking wet.
Right.
And just the impact that it had. And Orlando TNA is not a big place, but the pop in there could have blown the roof off of it after seeing that.
That's a bad motherfucker.
Extra big ass topics.
Okay. So, we're not going to keep points tonight. I'll still give you the buzzers and shit like that, but we're not going to keep points simply because we're still kind of working out what we want to do here on the show.
There's not enough people to have a definitive win.
Right,
Anyway.
exactly right. So we're going to come up with new segments and new ideas as we do this transition with RAWESOME and SmackDown. And I just want to say before we jump into the best worst of the night, let me reset this so I can loop it. Oh, missed the loop point because my mouse sucks. All right, so let me just say this brand split thing here was not 100%. Like, so we could do this for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then
it could evolve into something totally
Yeah,
different.
Right. So this is an experiment by us, laboratories of creation, if you like to say, where we're going to kind of figure out some things that work. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, if we end up joining back up at the after SummerSlam, that may very well happen. I think it might because, honestly, I like being around all of my
All of
friends.
us, yeah, of course.
We like to talk wrestling, right? All of us. We don't like being split up like this. So
Our show's better.
we will be better. We absolutely will fucking be
You
better.
missed the asshole already?
I don't. I don't think I'm gonna miss howdy chat. I don't think I'm gonna miss. I don't miss Adam. I miss hating
Yeah, he
them.
does.
I miss hating them. That's what it is. All right, as we normally do, let's do the best worst of the evening. If you're watching us on YouTube, you're more than welcome to jump in on the chat line and share us your thoughts on the best worst. So we'll start show MVP of the evening. Let's go with Medine on this one.
All right, show MVP on his birthday, Mr. Finn Balor comes out and lukewarm response, but he wins the fatal four-way in the beginning. Comes out and unexpectedly, I would say, gets the upset win over Roman Reigns. I think all of us kind of
Yeah, he had double duty tonight.
Yeah, but I felt like all of us kind of was like, oh, well, it's just going to be Roman and Rollins at
Right.
SummerSlam. And they surprised me and probably the rest of the room by saying, hey, you know what? We're going to put Balor over on his birthday. So, Finn,
Very
for
nice.
the win.
Hey, you know why I love being from America? Because I drink out of a 2-liter bottle if I fucking want to.
It's summertime.
That's
We
right.
gotta stay hydrated around here.
I got to get some pop in my system. All right, let's go Steve Awesome.
Finn Balor was my honorable mention, but I had to give it to Sasha Banks
Yeah.
for the great match and winning the women's title on the show. So the title changing hands like that, have to give it to Sasha.
I agree. My show MVP is as well Sasha Banks, the boss. Not just for the fucking awesome match. Not just.
What I didn't get to bling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, sorry,
Thank
Steve,
you.
I was so excited about it. There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
was looking forward to that.
Not just because of the awesome match, not just because she got the belt, but because you know what? Fucking, she stood in that ring and she cut that promo, and I felt it. I was like with her there. I was excited. I was fucking watering up. I was like, I am fucking with you, Sasha. You have won me over. I'm a women's division fucking fan. I am. You know, I still don't want to see Summer Rae and Dana Brooke and shit.
They're on the Raw roster.
Yeah, they are, and we'll see if something changes because Summer Rae used to she wasn't always horrible, but I just gotta say, Sasha, man, fucking, I'm with her. I'm with her. I'm gonna steal that little Hillary chant. I'm with her. All right, the boss. So fucking point from me. Here we go. Show LVP of the night. Let's go. Let's just keep the train going around to Steve Awesome.
Okay. Look, least valuable player. I had the jobbers tonight. Britt Baker and what's his ass. I just felt bad for him.
What's his ass? No, I don't want to be mean, but he was an awkward looking dude, man.
Yeah.
She did
No
almost.
chin.
Joker said that Sasha almost broke her neck and walked away. We were watching that and we were all.
Oh man, we had to pause for a minute. Like what?
Yeah, there's a couple spots in that match where I was like, either she just must have sold the shit out of it because the knee when she dropped her with the over the ropes with the figure four,
right,
and then the flip where she landed on her fucking neck.
Ooh, yeah.
I wouldn't say borderline reckless, but I think she definitely it was fucking all out abandoned tonight.
Well, that's one of the things Vince
reckless abandon rather.
The story came out a while back that Vince was worried about putting her over
because of that.
Because she's 0 to 100 and there's no middle ground there.
Hey, that's how you win championships, isn't it?
Yeah. So Sasha just fucking awesome tonight. All right, LVP, Steve, you said?
Yes, I already did the jobbers.
Oh, the jobbers. That's right. All right.
Are you having a flashback from last night?
Yeah, I'm fucking. I was drunk.
I already went.
I was drunk.
Your turn.
I was drunk at noon today. All right. Fucking hammered, man. All right. Go ahead, Medine.
My LVP goes to Mr. Irrelevant, Curtis Axel.
Yeah,
he did a great job. Don't get me wrong, at taking an ass kicking from Neville, but I see him falling into this role of being the top jobber we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, on past shows I mentioned that how I wanted a Mr. Irrelevant type of storyline. They finally did it.
Right, Mr. Irrelevant. They stole that term from the last pick of the NFL draft, and his father being Mr. Perfect was the complete opposite. Where
good
he
irony.
Never lost
that
matches.
could be his name.
That could be his
Mr.
thing.
Irrelevant.
That could be his thing where he just loses every week, and then one day you turn the story around, and then he wins one. You never know what you can do here. But yeah. Curtis Axel, good job getting your ass kicked by Neville, but you are my MVP.
Joker says they're still scraping that guy off the floor in the Strowman match.
Oh my God!
Probably, dude, probably. But another thing he said real quick: these botches are. He said they're getting bad lately. They need to hone them in before somebody gets hurt. And you know what? And that's one of the things like Punk talked about with Ryback, said he was just sloppy. With Heath Slater, I've said before, Titus O'Neil was fucking sloppy in that ring.
Beating people up on purpose.
Yeah, and the thing is, with the old guard, you see a lot more of that slop. With these NXT guys, they're a little bit more precise because they're so finely trained.
Right. Yes. They know where their spots are.
I think with the Sasha situations, they just get in that moment and they overwhelm themselves, and just like with the Vaudevillains and Enzo, I'm sure it's. Adrenaline was flowing, pay-per-view,
that was
main
kind of
roster.
An accident. Yeah.
So, shit happens. It's a physical sport.
Occasionally you'll have one of the smaller guys get a botch, but by and large, the big behemoths, the powerhouses are the guys who inflict that kind of damage where they're missing spots over the years. So my friend,
sometimes too slow to.
A friend of mine, his father worked at WCW events. You hear about Goldberg in the back, not basically doing too much. Lesnar's been known for doing too much. Titus O'Neil. We can go Sid Vicious. We could go through all the huge
Scott
guys.
Steiner.
Yeah, those are the guys typically that are sloppy, and I've said it where maybe they don't know their own strength, but you have been doing this long enough, and you need to have a trust with your partner on the other side.
Sure.
Make sure they do not get hurt. That man has to make a living as well.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we see those guys, the big guys, doing it.
Okay. My LVP is not going to be a surprise when Roman fucking Reigns.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Yeah, there were some pretty bad misses last night, Joker. You're right. So Roman fucking Reigns, you just, I hope that they bury you with Jack Swagger.
Give him the Pac-Man death sound.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is
for Roman.
There we go.
That's what you get.
But Roman, go away. And well, we'll get there in a minute. But yeah, Roman Reigns.
He might have gone away a little bit tonight.
And Bob, and I'm sure Bob will listen to this later.
Hey, Bob, am I incoherent tonight? Am I incoherent tonight, Bob?
Oh, there's
Medine wasn't that drunk last night.
Shots fired. So, but Bob was texting me during the match saying, telling Adam as well that Roman looked good tonight and that he's improved and honestly I didn't see that either.
What were you watching, Bob?
I didn't see.
Were you incoherent?
He's got a couple. Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go. I'm just fucking with him.
I know.
Thanks for listening, Bob. We appreciate it.
A couple slams here, there, fine, but it's still the clotheslines in the fucking corner. It's still the drop kick on the apron.
Superman,
it's still the gut wrench fucking. You see how he struggled with the fucking
the power bomb,
the razor's edge.
Doesn't have the core strength. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, but that's shoulders right there. He was in trouble holding Finn, 190 pounds.
Oh, you mean when he had the razor's edge?
When he goes up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sorry. If you're a Roman lover, I'm sorry, but dude's whack, man.
If you're a Roman lover, you don't know what wrestling is.
No, you
okay?
don't. You know what the entertainment part of WWE is. You don't know what fucking the wrestling part of it is.
No, Roman. I mean, he needs to be buried. He failed the test. There's no reason why he shouldn't have got pinned. He was definitely the one who should have got pinned last night. I'm glad that they got him pinned tonight. I would like to see him actually lose a few more matches just to say, hey, you know what? Don't smear the brand. Don't put it out there. We were riding with you through everything that everybody, the whole entire universe, quote unquote, is telling us not to push you, and we're pushing you, and then you go and piss dirty. You know what? Hey, you're gonna take a couple L's for a little while.
Hey, I'll tell you, we're gonna
perfect sense.
I hope that's what they do.
We're gonna move on to the next part of the best worst, but I'm gonna throw a question out for Joker, who's following.
Hi, Joker.
Hey, Joker.
And how was the killing joke?
Because I'm curious his answer here, because he just said that he said, "LOL, I'm the only one Roman has been punished." He's been punished.
Because.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
He doesn't have much of an offensive repertoire other than the right hand.
Yeah,
and promo skills are just.
Don't even
He's very bland on the promos.
Don't look for a counter. The only counters he can do are punch counters.
See, he did. Right. Oh, he did go over the top rope one time tonight. I was kind of pseudo impressed. Like, ooh, Roman.
He does do that.
That was it.
The flying dive over the top rope that we've seen him do, which is kind of impressive.
Right.
And we like that razor edge powerbomb thing that he does. But what else?
All right,
Joker, tell us.
Here we go. Biggest. Sorry, I'm lagging a bit. May miss the question. Oh, I was just saying, what is it that you like about Roman? Because we don't get it. Honestly. So let's go. Biggest miss of the night. Do you have anything, Stevie?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we all do, right? I had not addressing the Heath Slater thing or the high draft picks. Paige, Brock Lesnar wasn't on. He's a high draft pick on Raw. They could have addressed at least the Lesnar, Randy Orton showdown coming up. None of that tonight. Everything else about the show is good, but that was the only thing I kind of thought was lacking.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good point, but I think the counterpoint to that is they were setting up so much of the main drama of the show, the belt situation and the female belt.
Just might not have been enough time, but
right there was this is a starter show, and everybody's going to get kind of funneled in as they go.
Right.
I don't think Brock has really any place to be there tonight. And Paige, you could have brought her out, but I think that would have distracted from the goal for the women tonight was to showcase that match.
Yes.
That's all you needed there, in my opinion. All right, Medine, biggest miss of the night.
Biggest miss of the night was, usually it's me. I say, I missed this part. Now, I missed the first Fatal 4-Way match, but I missed Stephanie tonight. Not enough Steph.
I knew you'd say that. I agree.
Enough Steph. With her taking over his brand, you want to showcase her other than at the front of the show. I didn't see any promos with her in the second half of the show, nor with Foley either. So just, show the dynamic between how they're going to work together, because I'm interested to see how Foley and Stephanie have chemistry or don't.
Yeah.
Going forward.
I almost see it like if they're becoming NXT slowly just by the process of momentum,
right?
and getting the stars in. If you watch NXT,
It's like William Regal only comes out like once.
Regal comes out to set matches or to intervene in something huge. Besides that, he's kind of hands
stays off, yeah.
It almost feels like Slaughter before DX. You know what I mean?
Listen, Stephanie is much better than Regal. And not taking
I
anything
agree
away
with
from
that.
Regal,
No.
but Stephanie's
well,
a much
yeah,
better
of course she is.
character,
No,
and so she should be
Yeah,
in the show
They
more.
should utilize her character, but it does feel like they're moving towards that kind of process where we're going to be more hands off, except for a couple little segments just to stir the
If
pot.
shit as a fan, then we show up.
As
but-
long as it means more wrestling, I'm
yeah,
fine
that's
with
what
that.
I think
fine
that's
with
the way
that.
it's going.
Joker says his love for Roman. Let's see. I think for me, with Roman, it's more of a football thing than wrestling.
Okay.
Got to pull for Georgia Tech folks.
Okay, no, I
All
understand.
right.
He's
No,
a yellow
okay.
jacket.
That's legit for you.
That's fine. That's cool.
That's you know what? Thank you, Joker, for giving us the first legit reason.
right.
That somebody-
I went to a pizza place, Joker, and this guy just told me Roman was the greatest ever, and I just looked at him. He even did the fist cock thing. Like
Yeah.
it was the worst.
And
believe that.
don't try-
And he had no reason for like why he really liked.
Right. Don't try to argue with a fucking 8-year-old at a live event either. He beat Triple H. Fuck you, little shit.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anywho, but good
Yeah, we
answer.
told your kid to fuck off.
Yeah, oh God, I always got to sit next to the fucking Cena kids. I always.
They're not that bad.
They're dicks. All right, let's go. Biggest, most shocking moment of the night. You got anything for this, there, Stevie?
I had when the club kind of attacked New Day and upset their celebration. It was kind of, I mean, I guess the camera guy, it just seemed like spur of the moment kind of thing. So I liked that, and they kind of had a different look tonight too. So that was shocking to me.
Okay, they changed the blue to red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Medine, anything?
My most shocking moment, I'm going back to how well that jobber took his bumps. My goodness, he might as well had a rolled up dollar bill how well he took those bumps.
Yeah, he was taking that shit, man. When
That guy was literally half of Strowman's size.
when Strowman did that full run into the
I thought he was going to go
turnbuckle,
right through him.
I thought the kid died.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way. That turnbuckle is now painted flesh.
that I don't know what it was, a slam or what it was that finished him, but he literally just kind of picked him up and threw him on his face. And it was bad enough because the guy, like, something was going on with the lower part of his face. I
Right.
don't know. But that
know-
didn't make it any better.
You know what that was like? That was like when you argue with your wife or your girlfriend and you want to hit her, so instead you just throw your keys on the floor like, fuck!
Something, yeah.
Just
That's the way he hit the
Some
yeah.
small inanimate object.
pure fucking brutal carnage.
Would have been smashed. So,
Gee.
but that guy did a great job taking those bumps, seeing that he was barely 200 pounds.
He's got that.
And Roman's
saved.
almost
He's gonna
400.
replay it over and over when he gets home.
Right. Stevie, most shocking moment.
I already did that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, we both did.
You're having deja
your
vu
turn.
again.
You know what? I didn't have
Nothing
one.
shocking?
I think I just missed
Hi,
that
Kiara.
part. Right.
Hey, Kiara.
I don't understand what shocking moment means.
Did I get
Sorry.
shocked?
We love you, girl.
Yeah, we do. Most shocking moment. Let me see. I'll give it a thought here real quick. Most shocking moment. You know what? Here we go. Most shocking moment. Most shocking moment is that Finn Balor.
Roman lost.
Oh, yeah.
That Finn Balor's first Raw got pushed to a main event style
event,
match at
yeah.
SummerSlam
Right off
for
the
a belt.
bat, yeah.
Right off the fucking bat. Talk
I
about
agree.
pushing. All right, let's go. Best worst promo of the night. I'm gonna start this one. My best promo of the night goes to the jobber that got squashed by Strowman.
Damn it.
He got mic time.
He got my time.
Got me.
Yeah.
And he held his fucking
qualifies.
own. I mean, as disturbing as he was to look at, and I'm not trying to shame anybody, but he was. And as puny
We all
as he
kind of
was,
sat open mouth watching. What are we watching right now?
But he Roman Reigns couldn't handle him on a promo shoot. I'm serious.
And
I'm not
Natalia
even-
probably too. So
That's not even a fucking joke. I mean, that's how I really feel. Okay, so my best promo of the night, I'm gonna give it to the New Day. With an exception of the.
what? So you got two best promos? Or that's your worst promo?
Okay, I take it back then. No, I'm sorry, I said it all wrong.
Your worst promo.
My
was
worst
the jobber.
promo was the New Day.
It could be best or worst.
That's what I meant. My worst was New Day is when they doing the what's it called, Sunny Boy, and they just said it over and over for fucking like an hour. Like, it went nowhere. That there were so many angles you could have gone with that to make it entertaining, and you fucking took the wrong road. All right, let's go, Medine. Best worst promo.
I'm gonna double. I'm wonder if you were pulling a Melina Trump there and looking at my test paper and copying my stuff there.
Back when I was a young black woman,
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
So
But yeah, I'm echoing you. The jobber cut the best promo. Again, I missed the first part of the show. I would have given it to Stephanie just because by default.
She was on the camera.
Just because she was holding a microphone. She didn't have to say a word.
Yeah, when the Raw opened.
Unfortunately, I also agree with the New Day, but it was more so for the package that they put together. Now, the great package innuendo lines afterwards were awesome, especially Kofi coming with
that was good.
The package came, and I was gone. That was a great line. But the package itself was it was too cheesy. Now, of course, it was done in grandiose New Day style, so I understand. But no.
You guys remember Colin Delaney, a WCW jobber?
Yeah, kind of.
Or WWE?
That name sounds familiar.
All right. Upload Test was just like that jobber promo reminded him of that person. So I don't remember Colin Delaney, but I'm a fan of the jobber now. I like for them to bring him back.
Is that his name?
No.
No.
That guy, that guy actually.
We got to find out who that
should
was.
Should be like the next 1, 2, 3 kid, but not
we
quite.
We should find an image of him and put it on our episode graphic.
I'd like to see him get his ass kicked again.
Oh my God, they would do that.
It's kind of their goal to make you cringe. All right, here we go. So, best worst match of the evening. I will give the honors.
I didn't do my promo yet, jackass.
I'm sorry, jackass. Go ahead, Steve.
I had the New Day as the best promo because there wasn't much to choose from tonight, and they were celebrating. They had the balloons. It was grandiose. They had a great video package showing them from history. I know it got weird with the Sunny Boy thing at the end, but before that, the overall package I thought was
there's an argument there.
It was good.
Sure.
And my worst, I had Darren Young and Bob Backlund back when R-Truth, the Golden Truth, were trying to find Pokemon, and Backlund just freaked out. It's just. It didn't look good. So.
Yeah, that was. I forgot all. It was so bad. I forgot.
Thank
about
you.
that.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, they were on TV.
Darren Young is not great again.
I don't know what they're trying to do with Backlund, man. Darren Young. Let him go try it on his own. Let him be his own thing. Because this character.
They're in too deep right now. They got it.
Yeah, but this character is being pushed on him. This is one of those classic Vince pulling the puppeteer strings on the minority.
If you want something, here it is.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to give you. Otherwise, you can take your gay black ass somewhere else.
Pretty much.
Which is what Vince would say.
Without saying it.
Right, without saying it. Exactly right. And if you don't agree with me out there in listener land,
shut up.
I'm going to put you in my lockbox. So, best worst match of the night. Let's start with Steve Awesome.
I had the Sasha Banks match over Charlotte. There were many good spots when Charlotte, she did the back somersault off the top rope. I mean, God Almighty, all that stuff was really good tonight. And her winning the title had to go to her.
Okay.
The worst match I had the Nia Jax jobber match.
Really?
She's just out there to be a brute. I don't know. Then the leg drop finisher. Maybe it's just the jobber was in there, and that's the reason why. But hopefully she'll go up against somebody with a name and do something a little bit better next time.
Okay. Medine.
I am picking Sasha and Charlotte. Stealing the show. This was a pay-per-view style match. I think this match, I'm not saying shouldn't have been on last night, but it would have been nice. It just had that feel.
Well, Battleground.
So many counters. It really showcased Sasha. I'm not coming up with the words because I was just overwhelmed by what I saw tonight.
Right.
I'm not an NXT guy. I don't have the network. I don't get to see it on a regular basis. I haven't seen Sasha that many times. So to me, she's still new, and I really like what I saw. And I want to see more of this. And with her as champ, we're going to, and hopefully we're not seeing just her and Charlotte go back and forth. I want to see some other matches.
They got to inject some new blood into it.
I want to see her against Paige. I want to see her against Summer Rae. I want to see her in other matches defending that title.
I did have my biggest miss real quick was that they didn't address Bayley at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, she's not on any roster.
No, she's not
showed
there.
up
I
on
think that was
pay-per-view.
just a one-time.
Right.
I will say this to your point there, Medine. I just lost my fucking train of thought, so I guess it doesn't fucking matter.
Worst match. Strowman and that guy, unfortunately. We're talking too much about the jobbers tonight, but that was just absolute carnage.
For the first Raw, you'd think they'd have all-stars across the board.
Yeah, like, exactly. Bring out the heavy hitters. What are you doing with, Strowman, really?
Paige wasn't out there. She got thrown around by Nia.
She didn't get any.
No.
airtime. I was just disappointed with that.
All right, my best worst match, and let's see here. Upload test. Thanks Tamina and Nia Jax should tag together. They look like twins. They do very look.
That would be.
They look very similar because they're related, and just like everybody, Simone in WWE is related to The Rock in some way, form, or fashion, right?
Rock gets around.
They all cousins.
They are all
The
cousins.
people's sperm.
So, but I don't think Tamina's even still on the roster. I think she wasn't in the draft.
No, she wasn't. I don't think.
You know, she might be helping Daddy out
Naomi,
right now.
but
Daddy's
not
got some
Tamina.
problems.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know, but I agree. For me, the best match of the night was the women's match by far. And,
Yes.
And I
Even
think
though they sold Finn Balor's thunder there, but
yeah, they did
win the title.
But those girls stole the show. It was definitely that was a curtain call type situation where they should come out after the fucking main event and like bow.
Yeah,
because
hopefully they did.
Finn Balor match is like a 1B kind of thing, but
right. Finn Balor's match could have been better if it wasn't Roman. Like Finn versus Nakamura was fucking insanity. It was so good. I had to watch it over and over and over. So that's my best match. The girls, you shine tonight, and I feel like a proud papa. Like I've been rooting for the women's division, and you just came fucking through tonight. So good for you. So here's my disagreement with you guys on this. I have for worst match. I didn't put anything down. I didn't put a single match down, and I tell you,
it was hard to find one. It was bad.
Yeah, I thought all the matches tonight, the Fatal 4-Ways included. I mean, if you want to make an argument for the second one not being as good as the first one, then you can make that argument. A lot of replays in the story in the story they were telling, but the Fatal 4-Ways were good matches.
The Neville, Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel. It was a match. It wasn't just a 5-minute. Curtis Axel gets fucking jobbed out. It was
they gave him a commercial break, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a match. I mean, Curtis Axel had some offense. There was, they made him look like a fucking professional wrestler, not a joke, right? With the jobber ones, I understand why they had jobbers, and I think it was a good use of jobbers. It made the point known for Nia Jax.
It just wasn't on the first Raw.
That's an argument you can make. I don't disagree with you there, but I'm just saying for Nia Jax, it allows her to be just a beast in brute, something we haven't really seen. From a woman at her level, right? I mean, you could find some ones in the Indies, I'm sure, and some other promotions. But as far as WWE goes, Tamina's been about close as you've had to that. And Tamina's, she's like Roman. She's suspect in the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
So Nia Jax, I thought that match was perfect for her to kind of put all the girls on notice in the storyline sense. Strowman again, he's single. He's single now. He broke up with his boyfriends. And he's all by himself with a fresh new haircut, trying to get the ladies to look at him again, kind of thing, like breaking up out of a fucking.
Out of a fraternity now, I can't pick on nerds.
Remember last time when I broke up with my last girlfriend? I remember I was in the gym every day, tanning, getting new clothes. Like I'm back on the market, ladies.
New pair of overalls for Strowman tonight.
Right, and so every match tonight, even Roman's match, I thought was good. That was good. You know what? And I didn't even. Back to promos, Joker. For me, the worst was Enzo and Shining Stars, following Enzo from
the match wise. Maybe
BG was a big letdown from BG.
BG.
Who the fuck is BG? I'm probably gonna go. Oh no,
probably.
I don't know, but
wait, Shining Stars got the talk.
Yeah,
they did a promo.
They did a brief,
the Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you were watching this Perry Saturn old match where he beat up the jobber
Mike Hall
during the Enzo.
That's how
guys check that out. You want to see a jobber get his ass kicked? Look up Perry Saturn versus Mike Hall. All right, back to our regular schedule program.
That was some brutal shit. That was pretty fucking tough. What was I saying?
We were talking about how
Enzo and
Rising Stars.
Enzo and Cass, yeah, it wasn't the best show for them when it comes to their.
It's short on low promo night for them. I mean, they had to
you got to get them back in the storyline so they can start getting creative with their promos again.
I wish I could go back to Biggest Miss because
what do you got?
If I could, I would say not pushing them for the tag team championship.
Shining Stars.
They didn't win directly the club lost last night and Enzo and Cass won. So why wouldn't you put them going into Brooklyn, their home, quote unquote hometown or home turf,
right?
Going up against New Day with New Day. I know they say they're the WWE longest reigning, and Rob and I both disagree, and Steve as well. Demolition is the #1 team, but make that SummerSlam match mean something. Club New Day isn't as intriguing as Enzo.
I kind of like that.
That's what Joker meant. He's agreeing with you there. Is basically Enzo and them coming off a Battleground, they should have been more highlighted.
Yes, the
Yeah, it's
momentum
like they
going
just-
forward. They kind of
leapfrogged over Enzo and Cass as the club did.
had that happen.
What the hell?
You know?
I think that's one of the few exceptions tonight. I thought the booking was good overall, but that might have been one of the bookings that I was like, it's a forgettable moment of the night.
Yeah.
It really was just a actually moment.
Yeah.
I actually completely forgot that they
The
had
Shining
that.
Stars actually had something going on tonight.
So that happened. All right, let's go. If we have any WTFs and LOLs of the night, let's go. Steve Awesome. We'll start here.
My WTF, I had the Roman Jericho Superman punch botch. He
Yeah.
missed it, he whipped it, and Jericho kind of looked at for just half a second, and you could tell he's like, oh, I guess I better just fall on the floor now, on the mat now. It was kind of funny, the botch moment there. And my LOL moments, there was so many of them tonight.
Oh, there were.
The fucking Golden Truth trying to find Pokemon when he walked through the ring during the match one time. And it's like, what the hell is this all about? And then the stop pushing Reigns signs that the guys
that
in the
was
crowd
great.
towards during the match at the
Yeah,
end, and they
that
walked
was
by with the three
fucking
signs.
hilarious.
Perfect timing on camera. That
take
was hilarious.
Just take them all, Steve. Go ahead, just take them all.
That
Don't
was
leave-
only two.
Don't leave anything for us. Just go ahead, eat it all
Oh,
up.
the baby birds.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm evolving into Adam.
All right, let's go, Medine.
My WTF moment amongst many tonight, but one in particular was the Raw interviews. Before matches and after matches, you had Byron Saxton coming out and interviewing the Jobber. He interviewed Sasha, which I did like the Sasha interview, but then immediately following Roman's loss, he interviewed him, or someone interviewed him.
Yeah, it's some UFC type shit.
But yeah, it was a little odd. It reminded me of going in the direction of what we call regular sports, but I don't like that. I don't, keep the interviews in the back. That's something you can easily just do when you get to the back afterwards in another segment after a commercial, or even at the end of the show, or on the network later, the network later, and just be like, hey, reaction post-match from Roman Reigns in the back type of thing.
Okay.
I just didn't like
LOL?
that. LOL. I really liked those three kids just nonchalantly walking through the front. We got these three
We had to,
sons.
like,
Don't
pause
mind
that
us.
thing.
And
Did you
all of a
see that?
sudden, real
Rewind
quick. Yeah, we had to pause it and rewind it. Stop pushing Reigns. I hope everyone in WWE Creative saw that, because I know
They know
anyone who
all about
DVR'd it saw it too.
Yeah, Vince is
and
like, I don't fucking care.
it's about time after the suspension
Shut
that
up. Whoever let those guys in, you're fired. All right.
sorry, Roman.
All right, WTF for me. WTF is there was a guy in the crowd wearing a John Cena, had a John Cena sign.
You sure did.
Yeah, wrong fucking show, jackass. Now, I get it if you're wearing a John Cena shirt because you got a wrestling shirt, going to a wrestling show. Sure, cool, whatever.
Fruity Pebble.
But really, John Cena sign when he's on the other fucking brand, you fucking dumbass. All right, and my LOL is it's to stop pushing the Cena Roman signs. It's because it's so fucking. It's funny because it's true.
It was so subtle too, and it
Yeah,
wasn't.
they knew. It was like, cameras on and go.
And they just wrote it like regular. They
Walk
didn't
right
write
through.
it big or with special font or anything like that. It was just like three teenage kids.
Oh, yeah.
They know what's up. They're like,
do.
you know what? We don't want to see this guy. Let's just run by real quick in front of
Right.
the cameras. Nobody will even notice that we're
There was a
carrying
guy in
signs
the
on our
crowd that looked
sides.
like Kevin Owens. They kept going to for a while there, too. It was funny.
All right. So what we got here? So that's the end of the best and worst of the night. So we're not going to do any trivia tonight because again we're going to come up with
Because we know all the answers.
That's right. We're the best show.
We make the questions.
Exactly right. Turn my song. Turn off music. Okay. So we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to come up with some new segments we might do here and there. Steve, do you have an old balls tonight?
I can, yeah. We can do this.
Okay, we'll get to you in just a second.
All right.
Joker says, and we touched on this earlier in the show. He kind of felt like the interviews and the whole feel of the new Raw was like old school WCW, WWF. With the stage away from the ring and the commentators. And we talked about that a little bit. And I don't know how you guys feel about it in comment land and chat world land. But I like it. I just personally I like it.
I dig it too.
It's time for a change, and somebody finally got that through their thick fucking skull that it was time to make some
So
changes.
a brand refresh is what you call it.
You got to give it the fans what they want. They're clamoring for it, and you made some good headway with the network. Network has been revolutionary, and it was better than anybody thought it was going to be. Your original shows are actually fucking entertaining.
Finally.
I mean, finally.
Switch the,
they had to go through they had to go through like Legends House to find out what
right,
to do and what not
The
to do.
bandwidth stuff,
Right.
and work on that. But
I think what they realized is that when they started the network, they wanted to go PG era kind of for the families and stuff like that. And then they realized
We have our own network.
Wait, the smart marks are the people we should be identifying. The people
They're the ones that are going to buy the
Right.
the network.
Right. I want to watch Edge and Christian. I go on there because that show speaks to me as a smart mark, right? The humor speaks to the stuff
Right.
I like about wrestling, which is the behind the scenes and just the storyline creations and characters and all that, and the real drama that happens. Storylines themselves are fun, but just the real shit. That's to me the funnest stuff. So you get that with even the cartoons on there and so it was time for a change to follow what obviously is their demographic for the network.
Mm-hmm.
Now people are going to go, okay, there's more to watch. And if all the NXT guys are here now, that means there's a whole new fucking stash of them that are coming up right now in NXT.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
And you're going to want to go see who's the next big guy.
Right.
And we got all our opinions, whether Austin Aries finally makes his debut on Raw.
People like No Way Jose.
No Way
talks about.
No Way Jose. He's up at top card at NXT right now. You got rookies who are just about to make it on the scene, like the Marine Kenneth Crawford. You got a bunch of fucking girls. Bailey's gonna move up soon. Asuka's gonna take that and run with all the new girls they got to train up.
Asuka.
Asuka, I love you, Asuka. Oh, not on Brockray. So anyway, So
it's finally a new era.
It is.
It's
a new era in
after
NXT too.
And
after them nicknaming it a few months ago when they said it, and I was like, this ain't a new era. This is the same shit.
They've been saying a new era for a while, but now
it
is.
really
It
is.
took them a while to keep their word.
It
took them a few months.
They had
It
to
was
kind
like-
of let it sink in for us and keep telling us it was when it really
Let
wasn't.
people come
And
off of
finally-
suspension and injury and all that
Right.
crap.
We're making changes, but they're going to be at Congress pace.
Oh God! Hopefully not that.
It's going to take 30 years to pass a bill. All right, so the best worst. So let's see here. How about a little?
And now, Steve Awesome with the All Balls Report.
All right, it's kind of a new segment. I kind of teased that the last time I did this. So I'm going to need to get you, Medine, and you, Roadie, to get a whiteboard.
All right, whiteboards.
Yeah.
All right, got whiteboards.
And I'm going to pick an older era because I'm old balls, right? So I'm just going to pick a year span from 1990 to 1995, and I picked 3 wrestlers who were prominent during that 5-year time span. So separate 3 separate columns on your whiteboards. I want you to pick Lex Luger, Rick Rude, and Jeff Jarrett, and just leave yourself some spaces to put a check mark down the line for each question I call out. To which wrestler you think this applies to?
2 out of 3 of them I don't hate.
Okay. Well,
No.
Are you ready?
I hate Jeff Jarrett. All right.
so just put a check mark under the column that you think this wrestler did.
Okay.
When I say this. This person lost the WCW Championship to Sting at Super Brawl in 1992.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, this wrestler once used Turn Up the Radio by Autograph as entrance music.
We're not answering right now?
No, just check. I'll go back through the answers once we get through the list.
Oh, so I should be doing like one.
Just check under the wrestler's name in a column.
Okay.
Down for each one. Each question I call
Whatever
out.
you think the guy is.
Whoever you think the guy is, give that check. Get a check. No, they get a check mark.
I did that, so we don't reveal it now?
Not now.
Oh.
After right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You guys should have 2 checks.
Oh no, just one so far.
What? You just asked the second question?
Oh, did you get the second one?
No, I didn't hear the second one.
Once used Turn Up the Radio by Autograph as entrance music.
So the same guy?
No, could be one of the 3.
Well, then how do the checks? How do the
you have to
check
pick
work?
one of the 3 that you think that statement I made applies to.
I get that, Steve.
Okay.
What I'm asking you is, if you ask me 2 questions, then I got 2 check marks instead of, you understand what I'm saying?
You check mark under each one wrestler. You're gonna have to have the long list of check marks.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ, Steve!
You don't know how to play the game.
Oh Jesus, you're making it okay. Whatever. Okay,
It's
go.
not good for you. Okay.
Second one.
Okay, this person beat Flair for the NWA World Championship in '93.
Okay.
Made the pay-per-view debut in '93 for WWF at the Royal Rumble. He was eliminated in 90 seconds by the Macho Man.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Just pick one of the 3.
I got to go there. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This person was unveiled as the Narcissist at Royal Rumble '93. That should be an easy one, I would think.
Okay.
Okay, this person joined by the Roadie And he, let's see, and Roadie and, let's see, what was it I wrote down? Joined by Roadie and Sting to Razor Ramon in Your House in '95. They lost to Sting, with Sting to screw that one. I don't know why that one right.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
I wrote an answer anyway.
Okay. PWI's most hated wrestler in '92 was this person.
Okay.
All right. Once used entrance music, Simply Irresistible by Robert Palmer.
Okay.
This person once held the U.S. title for 9 days from 91, for 419 days from 91 to 93.
That's number 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do one more.
All right.
This person won first WCW heavyweight title by beating Barry Windham at the Great American Bash in '91.
I have 11 checks. Is that correct? 11 checks.
1, 2, 3,
11?
4,
You want
5,
to talk?
6,
You want to talk
7,
down to the top?
Down on top. Like
That was 10, I think.
I have 11.
I got 8.
Okay, let's go back.
What the fuck are you doing here, Steve?
You're not checking off everyone I call
I
out.
checked every fucking one.
Yeah. Okay, lost. Okay, it was the first one was the person who lost the WCW championship to Sting at Super Brawl.
yeah.
Yes.
It was Lex Luger.
Yes.
Got it.
All right, this person once used turn up the radio by Autograph as entrance music.
Okay.
Rick Rude.
Ooh, got that. I had
That's
Luger.
wrong. I had Jarrett.
Rick Rude also beat Flair for the NWA World Championship in
I
'93.
had that wrong.
I had Jeff Jarrett.
Okay. This person made their pay-per-view debut in '93 for WWF and was eliminated in 90 seconds by Macho Man. That was Jeff Jarrett.
I got that one. Okay.
Unveiled as the narcissist at Royal Rumble.
Luger.
Lex Luger. Everybody?
Oh no.
Oh, you didn't.
No,
I got that one.
I had Rude.
The one that was joined by Roadie to Razor Ramon in Your House.
Jeff Jarrett.
'95 was Jeff Jarrett as well.
Oh, I had Rude. God damn it.
PWI's most hated wrestler in '92 was Rick Rude.
Rude, yes.
Yeah, got that one.
The
Oh,
Simply
yeah.
Irresistible theme music was Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, I had Luger. Okay.
I think I had I had Rude.
This person held the U.S. title for 419 days from '91 to '93. Rick Rude.
No.
Oh, really?
I had
Yes.
Luger.
I had Luger.
I thought
Luger is a perennial U.S. title holder.
Rick Rude had it 419 days.
All right,
Wow.
so I got 3 right.
And then this was the last one I did, I think.
Oh.
Won the first WCW heavyweight title by beating Barry Windham at the Great American Bash in
was
'91.
Luger.
That was Luger.
Yeah, I had that one. Okay,
So who got the most check marks?
I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4.
Yeah.
I got fucking
I
4.
don't know how I did this.
Okay.
I think I got.
I think Medine had more based
I had
on
more
the
right.
reactions I
had more
got.
right.
Okay.
I don't know how many. checks.
Well, you get it. You get it. That's not bad for a whippersnapper for me.
That's, all right, there you go. There were some old balls.
Get off my lawn.
I guess I have to explain that one a little bit better next time.
All right, so this is the part of the show where we're just going to do our Raw open real quick for Monday Night RAWESOME. RAWESOME. So this is Raw open. So this means basically anything, guys, that we didn't cover that you want to jump in on real quick, go ahead and knock yourself out.
We start from just the top of the show.
Yeah, wherever
do
you
we
want.
talk about
We can
the whole roster came out when the show opened when
Right.
Mick Foley and Stephanie were out there? You missed that part.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
we
And
had,
Stephanie, gave Roman shit for losing the title and said, "You're not the guy, you're the loser." I love that part. Yeah, you would have gave Stephanie the best
yeah,
promo.
Joker, you're right. That's what I was saying. It should have been question, check, show, points, question, check, show, points, repeat.
Let's
Beat the
mark that
streak,
down.
Repeat. That's what it should have been.
All right.
It's hey, it's all good. Steve,
Work in progress.
It's a work in progress, right? So you were talking about and then we had the 2 fatal 4-ways that kind of came out of that.
That was good.
Those are good matches. One thing that stood out to me is that one, I actually didn't hate Rusev in it.
As far as the fatal 4-way goes,
Yeah.
I did mention one thing. I
Which
noticed
fatal
that
4-way was he?
during
The first
the
one.
First one.
during
The
the
one
roster
Finn-
when they're on stage, Cesaro and kind of gave Reigns a kind of look.
Kind of the look, yeah.
And after Reigns lost tonight with Finn, maybe a direction they might go.
They could get,
Cesaro could carry Roman, I think.
maybe.
I agree. As long
I
as
know-
they let Cesaro win.
I know physically he can fucking carry him. I would love to see Roman go against Cesaro and get squashed down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd fucking absolutely love that. I'd fucking chew on it. I'm sorry, I know he's from Georgia, but I'd chew on it and just like a good steak. Just every bite, just salivating. Yeah, give me more. God, I love to hate him.
Yum.
So that match pretty good though. Kevin Owens held his own in that fucking match.
Of course, he always does.
So I mean, I'm curious, Kevin Owens, where does he go here? Because obviously the U.S. belt is now the mid card title for Raw, right?
Yeah. It's kind of always been
Rusev
the
has
mid-card title.
I know, but there was no defense
But
tonight.
the IC title is the mid card there.
Well, they don't defend.
separate them that way.
They don't defend it every night. I'm just saying.
I know, but
as far as stature goes, it's no longer the bastard child belt like it was with the IC. Now it's its actual own entity. It's something that people are going to be climbing to achieve. People like Sami Zayn, like
wish the
like
IC
KO.
was on Raw and
Okay.
US was there, but
Right.
That's
So
unfortunate, though.
yeah, do we think KO is going top of the card storyline role, or we think he's going to jump down to the U.S. title division and play those games?
he needs a belt just for a little while.
He does need a belt.
Doesn't matter which one.
He plays a champion so well.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
That's
need a belt.
why I'm the champ.
Oh yeah, he's a great heel. Anything that here's the thing with Kevin Owens, anything that they want him to do, he'll excel at. So if they want him to lose 5 weeks in a row, he'll be great at that. If they want him to have the belt, he'll be great at that too.
Yeah.
So and he doesn't necessarily need to have the belt right now. We know that because he can sustain his own character for
I'm right here.
a long period of time. You hear that, Adam? You like that?
I enjoyed his banter in the ring, and I know
Yeah.
he was famous for that when he was
Gave
Kevin
Rusev shit for
Kevin Steen.
tried to pin somebody right in front of him. Like, dude, I'm right here.
I'm right here. What's wrong with you, dude?
Right. So
We
He's,
love Kevin Owens for that.
he's a heel's heel, is what he is.
He is.
It's yeah.
But he
And-
doesn't.
and-
But he doesn't need a belt. I don't think. I'm not saying I disagree. I'd love to see him in that role, but he doesn't necessarily need the belt to make himself relevant.
Right.
That match and Finn in that match, the first match he was like, you can tell he's lighter weight and he can
Yeah.
afford to take dish out heavier hits and
Right.
make it look more appealing. Man,
Well-
he did a phenomenal job in that match too.
What I did find out about the second Fatal 4-Way match, because frankly it didn't hold a card. It didn't hold it up to the first one. Was what I figured out there was I still have no interest in anything Sheamus. Like it just fucking
he's
boring.
boring.
Just boring. Just
I'm gonna stand outside the ring and beat you over the chest.
yeah,
that's my move.
If he was more of a wrestler, then maybe I'd give him that. But he's not. His character is kind of boring. It's just I didn't watch him when he was getting the big pops back before his injury.
Yeah, I remember hearing
So
about him.
He
I
was
could not watch him
funny when he was the I just want to fight kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like they had that character for
Fella.
him. Yeah, it was entertaining. I liked it better.
Well, Kiera says all the time that she used to love Sheamus, but all I know of Sheamus is the modern incarnation of him, and I just it does nothing
Is
for
it
me.
the creative's problem, or is it just Sheamus is not into it?
I'm
I
sure
don't know.
if they gave him a good storyline, then maybe he could do something with it. But I think it would have to entail, like we talked, you're just saying, it'd have to entail some comedy. You'd have to have some laughs to go with it. You'd have to see a different part of his personality.
He's a better face, to be honest with you. He's a better face than he is a heel.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so we got Nia Jax that happened. New Day celebration.
Sasha
Talked
cut
about
a
that.
promo.
No-
Golden Truth was looking for Pokemon Wizard back there.
That was
was kind of funny.
That was kind of funny. And then when they interrupted the match, what was it, the Shining Stars match, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was Shining
Yeah,
Stars.
they would
Enzo
just
Cass.
interrupted it.
And that's something that you need. Kurt Angle was good about getting some good comedy segments back in the day.
If you're not
Stone Cold
wrestling,
did
at least
some.
be part of the show.
And those two guys are veterans.
They're great
You
at
don't
it.
need to beat them up in the ring to get value out of them.
Right.
You
My
know?
bad.
So it's going to be fun. I mean, they might have a little jobber match here or there, but let them be the comedy relief of the show. I am completely okay with it because they had me cracking up just because I watched my daughter walk in the walls all day long playing fucking Pokemon in the house. Like, literally. Today she walked into the fucking wall. Like, sorry.
Can our podcast be a Pokestop? All right.
Oh, God. All right. So, horrible. Absolutely horrible. Darren Young was horrible.
Well, we had the other Fatal 4-Way, too.
Yeah.
Y2J, but it had Roman in it, so who cares?
Again, it was just lackluster to me.
Yeah.
It was.
Sami Zayn was okay in it.
He was the one showcase that I liked. Sami, and going back to last night, Sami looked great, and for them to put him over not just as like a regular mid-carder, but as this underdog coming up from, as they say, the underground.
A la Daniel Bryan kind of thing.
Yeah, he could be that face that starts getting a lot of momentum behind him and a lot of popularity and starts selling some merchandise. And if that happens for him, look out for him to ascend to the top because he's definitely got the skills in ring.
Right. So upload test says best part of Sheamus was the 1-800-fella vignettes. Joker saying there's a lot of room for NXT to step up and fill. So it's definitely going to open the door for new faces in a new era.
Yeah.
And I agree. We talked about earlier, pretty much all the roster now is NXT born. And if they just continue to push the products that they've been doing, it's going to be a win-win for both brands and NXT itself.
Especially for Raw, I think, because I think that the NXT guys are going to get more shine because it's a 3-hour show. They're going to get more shine on Mondays than they do on Tuesdays with the veteran-ladened SmackDown crew. They've got Cena and Orton anchoring their show. Here, look at the main event. Balor Rollins.
I'm excited to see
SummerSlam.
I'm excited when they kick off the cruiserweight division. When that finally gets going.
That too.
I'm really because if
they didn't address that tonight at all.
No. Well, they had a promo. I think it was fast forward.
Commercial.
If they allow the wrestlers to do what they're doing in the CWC right now, then it will be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It will be amazing television, amazing wrestling, amazing entertainment. If they do like they used to do the cruisers, it'll be a disaster. If they try to script it too much,
just don't script it. Yeah,
let these guys come out and show.
Let them do the wrestling.
Let them work through their wrestling, not through your stories, because they're that damn good. And if you've been watching, they are that damn good.
The cruiserweights never needed promo time or anything like that.
No,
it's the in ring that gets everybody.
Yeah, you don't need the I'm fighting because you have my girlfriend bullshit.
This is a very good lucha thing.
I think it started when Jericho was a cruiserweight champion back in WCW days. It was that kind of crap.
Make a lucha good. Make
Whatever
a good
the
lucha.
fuck he said. That's why he's on SmackDown, not competing in the fucking cruiserweight.
Probably one of the worst promos. I wish I had the soundbite. Probably one of the worst promos.
I'm glad you guys are stuck.
Oh no, there was some bad ones last night during our drunk show.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, guys, Brian, you know how much you love Callisto. You can talk at ends about how he's gonna freaking, I don't know, moonsault on Victor.
I think I have it here. Hold on, maybe this might be it. Hold on, let's see.
Good lucha.
Make a good lucha thing.
What? Good lucha thing.
Wait, I got it one more time.
Never.
Make a good lucha thing.
Never speak again.
Oh my God! Just never ever
cover the part that has the mask with the mouth opening. Just sew that part.
Get that guy a manager. Get somebody to fucking talk for him. I mean, he doesn't.
The jobber. Get the jobber. Get the jobber to speak for Callisto.
Fuck yes. There's a new manager right there. Jobber of the year.
Yep.
That should be a slammy. Jobber of the fucking year. Because that dude, he would get it for the fucking abuse.
We got to get a photo of him.
Oh, great. All right, we'll go final thoughts of the night. So we'll start with Steve Awesome, final thoughts of the night.
I'm just happy that we have our new show. I think it went well tonight with just the three of us. It was a good, refreshing pace without Adam interrupting.
Every fucking minute, every thought that everybody has.
I know everything and every point.
I was almost waiting on him just to call, just to annoy us.
Right.
Shut up! Anyway.
I'm going to love the opinions and squeeze them and hold them until they die.
And name them George.
All right, so, yes, I agree, Stevie. Let's go, Medine, final thoughts of the night.
Final thoughts tonight are final thoughts looking ahead. You guys see my hat if the camera's on. I'm looking towards Brooklyn. Right now we only have Orton Lesnar. We've only got 4 weeks to go till
you're gonna have
WrestleMania Junior is coming. This
Seth.
is WrestleMania Junior. Yeah, sorry. They named Balor and Rollins tonight. So we have a second match going on. But it's time to get the card together. We've got two new brands. Raw being the better brand, obviously, because we're on it.
Raw's
and
right. It's Raw.
We want to see what's going to happen going forward. So that's what I'm looking forward to. My final thought is on Brooklyn. Give me some SummerSlam matches.
Slam at the fucking table.
Sorry. Give me some SummerSlam matches.
He's excited about SummerSlam.
I know. All right, my final thoughts of the night are, again, so we're going to find ourselves, because we haven't three worked together, so we're going to find little sticks and stuff to get us going, kind of like we had with the old show. We are going to be the better show. We're going to strive to be.
That's right.
Yeah. But I do want to encourage you, because we're still the Marked Out Wrestling family. We want to encourage you to listen
to them too.
Yeah, listen to them too. Smarkdown Live. They'll be streaming via YouTube like us. They'll be doing Podbean and iTunes and all that stuff. You got Adam, Kiera, and Brian will be the mainstays. Bob calling in every once in a while. We'll get Bob on our show. Patrick will stop by, our non-wrestling comedian friend. He'll stop by here from time to time, maybe on the other show. So we'll do a carousel of characters and do some fun segments. Don't forget the You Record Studio Smart Line, 704-444-0084. You always can call, leave a message, and hey, fuck it, maybe we even have you on the show with us, and you can spit some truth to us. We'd enjoy that as well. So listen to them tomorrow night.
Yep.
Or catch them on Wednesday on Podbean, whatever the case may be.
You're welcome, Adam.
Yeah,
you have your own
or
show
on
now.
Thursday if you're taking a shit.
Yeah, Damian
during
Sandow.
lunch.
Let's see if that motherfucker promotes us.
Yeah, right.
Fucking.
I wonder how. Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Fucking.
I created a logo for him.
Yeah, we did all the work for his fucking show. I did the fucking intro for that motherfucker. It's gonna be the worst one ever. I'm just gonna change it and make it the worst fucking thing ever. All right,
like kids' music or something.
Right. One final little note here before we jump off and go live our lives. Joker says, overall, I feel the first Raw for the new era was great, but feel like the Battleground was a waste of time since they didn't use any of the pushes from it, but left all they left with just a filler pay-per-view. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Battleground is a filler pay-per-view. It was C+ card at best. It was still entertaining in its form. I thought they would actually...
Couldn't expect much with the brand split coming up.
Right, and I thought the draft would split up most of these matches, and I was wrong. You know, we're still going to have some of the feuds that we had before. So, you know, we're going to take it in grains, right? We're going to get more characters introduced to us on the new Raw. We're going to get new characters introduced to us on SmackDown, and, you know, hopefully they'll start pitting off each other for you know, belts or picks or some kind of fun interaction so we can really mix it up a little bit and see where they go. I don't know. I'm excited. Tonight was actually pretty damn good Raw.
Yeah, it was made it for an easier show and a better show and a Rawesome show.
All right. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So Medine, thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me. I hope I'll be back next week, but if not,
There might be somebody else.
Yeah, it's Rob, Steve, and whoever the hell else they can find.
Exactly right. Steve Awesome. He'll be back
tuned.
here. Right. 8 to 10 good Raw. I agree with you completely, Joker. Hey, Joker.
Thank you, Joker.
Joker, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Upload Test, thank you for hanging out with us. And anybody else who's watching us live, we appreciate it. Come back. We'll be back here next Monday night after Raw, starting right around probably 11:30 midnight after we get our shit together.
You can come watch them tomorrow night, too.
Yeah, you can watch it tomorrow night as well. So we certainly do appreciate you guys hanging out with us and chatting, and you know, because we don't know everything. It's good to fucking hear from you too, man. So as I say, same smart time, same smart place. I will catch you on the flip side.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at You Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out You Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@yourecordstudios.com or visit the website www.yourecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
I mean, not like it's over the top. This is the disagreements, you know, on certain topics and shit like that.
Yeah, I would only say we've got to find some disagreements just to add a little carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you're right. I mean, it is less combative, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a different thing.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. Save to documents, marked out, episode 35.
We got to find an image of that jobber.
Oh man, Jobber's got to be on he's got to be on the marked out thing this week.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I could put him in the, I don't know if you want to put him in the...
He's the real MVP.
In the show art for tonight.
I'll do that. I'll find that.
So he's got to have something good on.
Make sure I turn the fucking broadcast off tonight. Motherfucker ran all night.
Yeah.
Well,
Was there any sounds that during the night, like ghosts or anything?
No, what I did hear, you couldn't. We were.
Is Medine snoring or?
You couldn't hear us. You couldn't hear us afterwards. You could hear like people talking, but you couldn't hear anything specific.
Yeah.
So, but I cut it